on the Tulane coaching staff, but he's entering his second season as the Assistant Athletic Director for Football Ops and Recruiting for the Green Wave in 2013. Of course, he previously served as tight ends coach and recruiting coordinator for the Green Wave from 2007 through 2011. Tulane 1-0, beat Jackson State 34-7. They'll host South Alabama Saturday 2:30 in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Please welcome our good friend Doug Litchtenberger of Tulane University. Doug?
Thank you for having me here today, Ken. Yes, we got a start to our season last Thursday night. Started off with a big win, 34-7. Always nice to start with a win and start with one in convincing fashion. When you look at the game, probably the biggest stat that jumps out at you, our defense was able to force 6 turnovers through the course of the game. And as the game started, they received, we were able to get a turnover and turn that into points. That continued through the first quarter. In the second quarter, they had a couple deep drives into our territory, and again, our defense did a great job with 2 goal line stands, being able to turn them away with 0 points. We continued to score on offense, and shortly after second half, the game was out of reach. Some guys that performed well offensively, our running back, Orleans Darkwa, had 2 rushing touchdowns. Senior wide receiver Ryan Grant, preseason conference USA first-team receiver, had 3 catches for 82 yards. We had 2 touchdown passes from Nick Montana, Justin Shackelford, and Devin Breaux, both hauled in touchdown catches. On the defensive side of the ball, talking towards those turnovers, we were able to force 4 interceptions. Lorenzo Doss, Kyle Davis, Jordan Sullen, and Jared Franklin were all able to get a pick in that game. Darian Monroe from East St. John led our team in tackles, and Julius Wormsley, a senior defensive lineman, was able to get his first sack of the season. So while it was very encouraging to win and win in that fashion, we had a large number of guys that were really getting on the field playing for the first time, and it looked that way at times. We got a lot to clean up. There's a lot of improvement that needs to be made as we move into week 2, and that's who we have coming up this week. We play South Alabama Saturday 2:30 in the Dome. They're coming off a tough loss, so we fully expect them to be completely focused on coming in here and getting a win. And as we look at what we need to do to take care of things on Saturday, again, our defense just got to continue to do what they did in week 1 and cause turnovers. Offensively, probably the biggest focus is going to be getting more efficient in our passing game. But as long as we're able to accomplish those 2 things, I think we'll be in great shape to go out and get a win and start things out 2-0. From there, I'd like to see if anybody has any questions. Yeah, how it goes in NCAA, coming into fall camp, you get 85 scholarship players, and you're allowed to bring 105 into camp. So you can bring 20 walk-ons. And then once school starts, it's really school by school how big your roster was. It could be as high as 150. It could be as small as 115, 120. We're on the smaller end just for the sake of being a private school, expensive tuition. We don't get a whole lot of walk-ons, so we're usually hovering between 100 and 105 throughout the season. We have a large senior class. When it's all said and done, we're probably going to end up with about 27 guys. So I'd say it's stacked heavy on the top end and then the bottom end. No, he did not. He should. He's got an eligibility issue that's working to get cleared up. I would hope that he's going to be good to go this week.
Any injuries?
No, and that's been a great thing for this season. Fall camp had nothing more than a couple, minor ankles here and there, and nothing major to report at this point. We're hold pretty true to the NCAA sliding scale.
Changed with the ACT score
It's subject to change here in the near future. Typically for us, the lowest end that we can get is, you're talking ACT scores, is about a 17. So it can go lower, NCAA that way, according to where their GPA is, but for us it's about a 17, which includes just about everybody. Yes, yeah, it was unfortunate. Lorenzo Doss, he's a great player, had a pick on the first drive. That's going to be an interesting rule. Any action that's deemed to be construed as targeting, whether you're leading with your helmet or you make contact with the other player's helmet in a play, when you're making a play for the ball, is going to lead to automatic ejection. So what we were told from the refs is, anytime this is called, it's going to be automatically reviewed. If they show that it was not, in hindsight, a targeting violation, you'll still get the penalty, but the player will be able to come out and play again. There was an issue with our replay, so if we believe if replay would have worked, they would have been allowed Lorenzo to get back out on the field. We had some issues with it. Yep. What that rule, if it comes off through natural play, then you got to go and sit for a play. If it's termed that somebody ripped your helmet off, then you just put it on and keep playing. That's kind of a judgment call from the referee. Well, CJ, and it's really particular to each school, CJ's opinion is if you think the player's good enough and he's ready to commit to you, you're going to take him, whether it's 2 days before signing day or if it's in the summer before signing day. So, with where our class is, we're going to be having as many seniors as we do. We're going to sign, a full class, and, it'll be 25, and then depending on who comes at mid-year, it'll probably be even a little bit more than that. So just out of the sheer numbers of it, we'll have things available at the end. Oh yeah, he's back. Yes. What the rule is, if it happens in the first half, you're out the rest of the game. If it were to happen in the second half, then you're out the rest of that half and then the first half of the next game. But yeah, he's back. He's fine. They will. Again, this is coming from the Conference USA referees, came out and talked to us in the preseason. What they're going to try to do is take care of it on game day through replay. Obviously, a situation like ours, if that were to happen, yes, they'd review it after the fact. But referees, they're going to try to do everything they possibly can to make that decision on game day, so it doesn't linger on into the week. One more. Oh yeah, no, he comes out a good deal. We haven't seen it much in the fall, but through spring he came out a good deal. But yeah, I'm sure he'll continue to come out and watch practice. All right, thank you.